Welcome back, everybody, to another comic video. This time, we're going to be talking about Strange Tales number 159. Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen the show yet, but we will be talking about episode 5 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So now is your one and only warning before we talk about it. So continue at your own risk. The episode featured the appearance on screen of Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus. We'll just call her Contessa from now on because I don't want to have to keep saying those like 4 or 5 words all the time. But this is significant because there is a lot of speculation that this is a character that will persist. She's kind of like the female Nick Fury, if you will. They were even lovers before. But she's worked with S.H.I.E.L.D., Hydra. She was a Russian spy, double triple agent. So, working all sides of the die, so to speak. So she is a very, I guess, important character in the MCU because you don't know which side or who she works for or what her allegiances are or whatnot. So, as you all know, when there is a new character that's introduced in the MCU, everybody goes out and gets the key issues, first appearance, whatever the hot book would be that you can get your hands on. Basically, Key Collector will be pointing you in that direction. And Contessa is no different. I'm going to be pulling up data from eBay sales from April 1st through the 15th, then the 16th, and then the 17th and 18th. This is being filmed right now on the 19th, so some of the stuff is still ongoing when it comes to gathering the data. As I said, the speculation of her being a long-term recurring character are really high, which is why it's worth looking at this, because if this is a character who didn't persist and they used her just quickly and then she's out of there, there's no real reason to keep the speculation alive for her comics, her issues, her keys, because she'll be out of the picture. I guess a case in point here would be Battlestar. When Battlestar appeared, his first appearance as Bucky, being Bucky in I think 334, Captain America 334, it spiked and everybody was looking for that because he's going to be the new Bucky kind of. But then as he died, it's kind of like pointless to kind of keep that around, unless they somehow bring him back, which I don't think they will. But a character like Battlestar is something we don't really look at because we know, for the most part, I mean, for me personally, I stayed away because I didn't think that they were going to do anything with that character, which ultimately they didn't do much with it because he just died. Anyway, when it comes to these prices, I'm going to look at the completed sales, and then the completed sales from the 1st to 15th, the completed sales the date of the episode, and then a couple days after to see what the changes were. So let's just get right to it. Bear with me here because this is kind of like the first time I'm doing this. So you can see here on chart 1, you see these are raw eBay sales. That means it's just taking the average of every single non-graded book, regardless of condition, and just putting them all in one giant pot and then just taking the average, and then that spews out a number. Okay, if you look at pre-episode 5, this is from April 1st to April 15th, you can see that the average sales were $26.77. That's, like I said, it's every single grade. It's not very high because at the time, who's Contessa, right? Who's really like looking for her to be the next big character? And then now when you look at the day of episode 5, April 16th, you can see that it jumped up to $91.16. And that is an increase of 240% from the pre-episode to the day of the episode. So that's an insane jump, right? These are just, remember, keep in mind, these are all just raw sales. Okay. And then after episode 5, this is from April 17th and 18th, and some of the sales on the 19th. I think it's just the, I'm sorry, 17th and 18th only. It jumped way up to $211.81. And that is an increase of 132% from the day of the episode to 1 or 2 days after the episode. So you can see it's still climbing. And if you think about it, you're going from a $26 book to a $211 book, right? You're paying somewhere of like $170, $180 more than what you would normally pay for. And that's the average, right? Because everybody's now getting excited. Everybody is out there on eBay just eating it up, right? And you want to know a crazier thing is from April 1st to April 15th, there were only 11 sales of this issue. After the episode, or the day the episode aired, from April 16th to April 17th and 18th, there were a total of 61 sales. So think about that. You have, in 15 days, only 11 sales. That's less than a sale a day for this issue. And then in 3 days, 61 sales. It's over 20 issues a day. That just shows you the FOMO is real, right? Everybody's just trying to get it right away. And this is actually not that, it's not that smart if you think about it, because I don't want to say smart, but it's not as I guess financially sound, because you're getting everything at the peak of the price. And I think this might be the peak right now. I don't know if it's going to, I feel it's not going to dip anytime soon, because we're only going to see her for 2 episodes, and then after that everyone's just going to be waiting for her next appearance. It might cool off a little bit, but let's put it this way: the values will never be the price they were before, meaning this is the new floor. I feel like you're not going to be able to get anything for, let's say, $150 or $100 even at a decent grade. You might get lucky at an auction, but I think everything now is going to be like 100 or more, 200, maybe even more, if we have even more news of her continuing appearances in other shows. Because for all you know, she could be the power broker, and then she could be forming the Thunderbolts with Thunderbolt Ross or whatever. And there, there's all these speculation, all these rumors. We don't know, but for a character like her who was just introduced in episode 5, they're not just going to boot her out in episode 6, because you just barely introduced her for like a couple minutes, and then episode 6 she's just gone again. That's just not going to work. That doesn't fly. So I think we're still going to see quite a bit of her, right? And then now let's look at some graded stuff, right? Now let's look at CGC eBay sales. Okay, so pre-episode 5, from April 1st to April 15th, there was a 9.0 that sold. There were only 2 sales of CGC graded stuff. 9.0 sold for $259.99, which you can see. And then there was a 9.6 that sold for $565, right? That's pretty good, because this is a Silver Age book. It's pretty hard to find in really high grade. It's from the 60s. So 9.6 is pretty good. 565. And then the day of the episode, there was a CGC 9.2 that sold for $1,121.67. And then there was a 9.4 that sold for $1,800. And then there was a 9.6 that sold for $1,984.5. So almost $2,000 for a 9.6. That's almost 4 times the amount that you could have paid a CGC 9.6 a day before the episode. That's insane, right? It just increased almost 400% in one day. And then you can see here, right, the day after the episode 5 aired, there's a CGC 8.5 selling currently for $1,070, and it's not over yet. There's still like 4 days left, and I figure this is probably going to be $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, maybe even $1,500, because this is right before, the grade right below a 9.0. So this well, I would like to see what it ends at, but that's what my suspicion is. And also, people are starting to list all of their graded issues that are higher grade at much higher prices now. We're talking thousands of dollars now. So these are the ones that just ended, and then there was only I think there was, let's look here, there were a total of 2 sales before let me see here, 2 sales before the episode of CGCs, and then there were 5 the day of, and then there's one more in auction right now. So the 9.6 has increased 251%. That's crazy, right? This, and it's gonna go a lot more, because I think that 1984 is gonna be a low price. I think it's gonna be easily $2,500, $3,000 for a 9.6, and who knows what a 9.8 goes for. But it's just gonna get crazy. So, couple things to note about this. Let me come back here. The census there are only 277 blue label books on the census total, and 9.8s will probably be around 4K or more. I actually think it's going to be a lot more than that if she is going to be like a long-term character, kind of like how Nick Fury was. And there are only 5 9.8s on the census, and I don't know if there's going to be any more because it's really old, right? And this is only contingent if she will have a long-term role in the MCU. And so, of course, the question is, will values hold, or will they rise, or will they drop? I would say they're going to hold for now, because we just got her. But then it's going to rise again. There's going to be another bump when she appears in the next one, and then there's going to be another bump when she appears in the next one. You know, who knows? She could be, you know, right away. You know, probably not in Loki, but like right away into the next thing, and it just keeps bumping. So, like I said, the new floor is now this. We're not going to see those prices before. They were before, not anymore. But I would recommend buying it after the show is ended, a few months down the line even, you know, because there is that cool off period, because then there will be the next new hot thing that comes out, like the Loki will be coming out, and then Black Widow will be coming out, and then by then you'll probably forget about the Falcon Winter Soldier, almost kind of like how we forgot about White Vision and the Darkhold. Although White Vision's value has been holding, you know, pretty steady, but I surmise that when he does show up again, that's gonna spike again. Same with the Darkhold. When Scarlet Witch appears in the Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange movie, and there's gonna be that Darkhold in there, that's gonna spike the first appearance of the Darkhold. I believe it's Werewolf by Night. Could be wrong. Also, maybe if they do Chthon, then Chiller is going to go up. Who knows? But if we have any more news, that's what's going to drive the price of these books. So that's all I have for you guys. Hopefully, you know, that was a quick little, I guess, data that we got from the sales. I will be keeping track of these to see what happens after the show is done. Maybe midway through the Loki series, I'm going to look back at Strange Tales 159 and see what the numbers look like, and then compare them. But I figure they're going to be steady. They might drop a little bit, but they're not going to drop, you know, to the previous prices. So, all right, guys, that's it. I have one more little surprise. I have an update on my Grail run, my Symbiote Grail run. As you know, I'm all trying to get the 9.8s from all the symbiotes that's out there. Just Carnage and Venom, all the key issues, and I got a big one, pretty big one. I got Amazing Spider-Man number 252 It says ties with Marvel Team Up number 141 for first appearance of the Black Costume. Amazing Fantasy number 15 cover homage. So this is another one that I crossed off from my Symbiote Grail run, and I paid $1,800 for this. I was able to find someone on Facebook on one of those sell pages, and he had it for $2,000. And I said, hey, and he's pretty local. So I said, look, I'll drive over there. I'll give you $1,800. You don't have to ship it. You don't have to worry about anything. We don't have to worry about PayPal and any fees and stuff. And he's like, good, I'm perfect. So I got it for $1,800. And I'm very, very excited because this is one of the bigger ones on that list. So now you can see behind me, you see Secret Wars number 8 right there, and then Web of Spider-Man number 1 right there, and now we got this Amazing Spider-Man number 252. This is one of the ones that I've been really wanting for a long, long time, ever since I was little. It's just at the time I couldn't afford it, but now it's in my collection, and on to the next. There will be a couple more updates soon, so be on the lookout for that. All right, that's it, guys. Until next time, see ya.